Hey everyone, I'm
Hi,
Bert.
bud.
This is Ernie.
I want to be Bert.
Oh, okay, you can be Bert. And wasn't Bert the serious one?
I don't remember anymore. I thought they
You're
were
the
both kind
ducky,
of
you're the one.
Anyway, guys, we just wanted to touch base with you all in a more just in a casual way and just let you know how we're doing, let you know that we're thinking about you and blessing you on a daily basis because we know that not everybody connects this way. So if you could inform your friends or your acquaintances who aren't online, just at the very least, let them know that we're praying and we're covering you all and just blessing you all.
Yeah,
How you going, Stu?
I'm going okay, thanks.
Yeah.
I just realised that with this jumper, I'm kind of blending into the background here, looking at the screen. But can you see me? I'm not a
It's not a floating head.
disembodied head.
No, you're there. You're there.
No, I'm going
Uh,
good. Thanks. Making the most of these times.
yeah.
You know, enjoying some time at home with the family, working from home, learning new skills, making videos like this.
Mm-hmm.
Doing
funny,
worship
isn't
in
it?
a
It's
different
kinda,
way.
It's kind of the worst of times and the best of times, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
That's the funny thing about this is it feels like, I mean, it's very the uncertainty, the loss that a lot of people are experiencing, but at the same time, without contradiction, for many of us in the kingdom, it's like one of the most exciting times we've been in ever.
Yeah. It feels like we're on a wave.
Yeah.
You know, I'm an old surfer, so you know, you take off on that wave, and you're just riding along it, and you don't know. Oftentimes, you don't know what the wave's going to do. Sometimes it can be a clean ride, you can get a nice clean ride. Other times it can close out, and you've just kind of got to look at the shape of the wave, looking at what's just ahead of you to work out how to make the most of that ride. And I don't know, it kind of feels a
The
little bit like
adjustments
that.
along the way.
The adjustments along the way, and that's
Yeah.
what we're getting still now from our government with the restrictions and
Yeah.
the lifting of some of those restrictions as of this weekend,
Yeah,
which means that 10 people can gather,
that's right. That's right.
and you can have 5 people from different households in your home.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as FlameTree goes, we still can't all be together,
That's right.
but pockets of FlameTree can.
Yeah, and those are sometimes the best, aren't they? Because
Yeah.
you're saying we're getting, what you said, we're getting those incremental calls from the government, but we're also getting incremental calls from God. And I think that's part of the training that's going on. As the government's doing what it can do and must do, but also in terms of our relationship to the kingdom and our operating our modus of operation in the kingdom, I believe, don't you? God is training us to be incremental, to watch the wave in front of you,
Yeah.
to don't be so caught up with the 5-year plan or what happens when I get to the beach, to use the metaphor, but He's training us to be in the moment, and that is really exciting.
Yeah. What has been in the moment looked like for you, practically?
Yeah. Oh.
What have you been up to lately? Tell us about that.
Is that what you meant?
Yeah. What's been on
Okay.
your plate, Joel?
Well, you guys know that there was a lot of travel on the books for us this year, a lot of teaching. All that, of course, has been canceled. So just last week, I finished recording like some 12 sessions for the Bible College in Wales to send off to them so that they can keep their students, moving forward toward their prescribed goals. And so that's been a challenge, but also kind of exciting. And I've got to say, Stu, even though I had like all this travel lined up for this year, and I remember telling the church about that and saying, "Hey, look, I hope you guys are behind this because it's kingdom stuff," and it was. I'm actually so. It's a mixed bag. I'm very excited that it was all canceled, and that we're going through what we're going through. At the same time, wondering, oh man, it's so hard to teach online as opposed to face. But I wouldn't trade what we're going through really for anything I can think right now. This is something of God's doing, and it's like, wow, only God could do this.
Yeah.
You know. So, what about you?
Yeah. A training of a different kind, I guess. We've been on this journey of exploring making disciples. What does discipleship look like? We've just finished our alpha group, our last alpha session.
So good.
Happened last night. So midway through this course, we left the cafe and we went online via Zoom meetings. Most of the people that were trekking with us stayed with us, and even last night the session was on what about the church? What is the church all about? And there's this real sense in everyone in the group of just really looking forward to getting back together again as FlameTree, coming in, and even those who haven't been to FlameTree before were, there's this excitement, anticipation. But also, as was highlighted, Mickey Gumbel says, hey, the church isn't the building. For the first 300 years of the church's history, there weren't any church buildings to gather in. It was meeting in people's homes. It was breaking bread together. It was enjoying the fellowship of one another. So making disciples is a priority for me still. We've started a fortnightly Zoom call with some people that I've invited to discuss what that looks like in our everyday life. What does it look like to adopt the ways, the works, the words of Jesus? That's part of the reason behind my daily devotional through the Gospel of Mark. You can check that out on my own YouTube channel if you haven't seen that. But that's a challenge for me, to get into the Gospel of Mark and to just be just super articulate, I guess, growing in awareness and knowledge, and just diving into what Jesus did when he walked this earth, when he came to Galilee, when he came to Capernaum, when he interacted with those first disciples that he called to follow him. How did Jesus do it? How did Jesus make disciples? And
it gets real simple, doesn't it, Stu?
Yeah.
And real honest, and that's our heartbeat, isn't it, bro?
That's it.
That's so good.
Yeah, the simple gospel.
Yeah. And we trust that's your heartbeat too, guys. I know that a lot of you are under strain and uncertain. When are we going to get back together again? We don't know. But I guarantee when it does happen, it's going to be astonishingly good. And once again, we absolutely are confident God will not let us retreat from the ground we've taken. He will not let us spring back to what we've been doing. It's going to be something beautiful and in many ways unanticipated, unknown to us, but boy, isn't God good? And my whole passion, and Stu's as well, it's outward for discipleship making, it's outward to community, but it's also just making sure that we get what God is whispering into our spirits, and we encourage all of you guys to do that as well. Make sure you're finding time to go after God in this remarkable moment. And as I said on Sunday too, I want to shout out to everybody who's become, ironically, paradoxically busier in this time because of your responsibilities. Just know that God is walking with you. He's whispering into your spirit, even as you tend to your responsibilities. Don't let guilt get a foothold in your life regarding your time management. Just take a deep breath and know that regardless of what you're required to do, God is with you in this. He's with his bride in this. He won't let any of us miss this. And that's so good.
So good.
Yeah.
Well, I think that we can finish with that, mate.
Yeah.
That's a good word.
Okay. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Talk to you again soon.